List in Python, list items are ordered, allow duplicates, are indexed and changeable. Python made it very easy to work with list. We talked about lists briefly in the data type chapter. You know how to create a variable type list, the name of your variable, assignment operator, and then square brackets and values. You can access list item using index number. For example, here I get the banana from fruit list. The first one has index 0 and then 1 and then 2. Banana has index 2, so here is 2. If you want to change an item in a list, you can change it using the index of that item and then assign a new value. For example, I change here the last one, which is apple. We have duplicate apple here and duplicate orange. Now you know that list allows duplicates. You can get the length of your list using len method and passing here your list. So banana is banana. This is fruit list, the original, and this is the fruit list that we changed the value of apple. Here's print the length of the list, and it says 5. You can get the data type of your variable using type and then passing here your variable name, and it says class list. You can also create a variable type list using the list constructor, and here passing values for your list using parentheses. You can also create empty list. For example, empty list 10. You call the list keyword, and then here you can add stuff. Empty list. You have also insert, you have also append. Let us use now append. And this is before adding and this is after adding. You know, you can also open the terminal directly in the folder instead of in your code editor. I personally like to open it there, so I open PowerShell, and you can run your program here instead of the integrated terminal. Every time I have to move it up and down, which is a little bit not good for you guys. So here you also can run by list, and you get the value here. You see, you can also modify your terminal or your PowerShell if you have. I am using PowerShell, so here you have a cursor size is small and then buffer size, common number buffer, and then you have the font. Let us see, I want to, it was 16. If I make it 20, it is bigger, which is better. You can use negative index number to get items from the end of your list. Let me print this. And this is the last item, index is -1, is pillow. So you see in this array, my new list, then I get the last item -1 is pillow. Because it is very easy to work with lists, I prepared this stuff to save time. Otherwise the video will get very long. You can also get a range of items from your list. For example, here we get the items from index 2 to index 5, but index 5 is not included. So only from index 5. So this is my new list. Index 0, index 1, index 2, this one glass, metal 3, 4, and the 5 is chair, but not the chair. So only glass, metal, chair. Let's print that in the console. Say list item is glass, metal, disc. So you see, when you get a range of items, you get a list. So it is a new list. This all returns a new list with specified items. If you do not specify the start, it will get items from the start of your list to the specified value. And if you don't specify the stop or the end, you will get all items from the specified start to the end. So let me print that for you. So from the start to item index 3 is index 0, index 1, index 2. For better readability, I would like to add new line here as well. Here we specify the start but not the end, so it gets from the specified start to the end. You can also get a range of items from the end of your list, as we do here. As I told you, if you do not specify the end, it will get all the items from the start point to the end. So the next one will get all the items from -4 to the end. -4. See here we have metal, desk, chair, and pillow as well. You can check if an item exists in a list or not by checking if that item in your list. And it says, woohoo, my house has a door. How cool is that? The door is in my list, so this returns true and the code gets executed. If I say not in, it will return false and the code will not get executed. We got nothing. If I change this, for example, with 1O, it will return true and we get unexpected result because say my house has a door and my house has no door. Based on this case actually. You can modify a range of items in your list. For example, I have here my numbers from 1 to 9, and then you can modify items by specifying the range of the index. Here is the thing with modifying a range of items. If you specify a very short range and you insert or add more items, you will add extra items. But if you specify long range of items but you insert not so much item as you specified, then you will lose items. So we modify here the items from 2 to 6, but not including the 6. And that is 4 items. Replace 4 items with 4 new items. So instead of 3, 4, 5, 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15. And in another one, we specify the range from 7 to 8, so only one item, and we insert 3 items in that range. Here we replace 4 items with 2 items, and then we will lose because we specify here a wide range, but we insert only 2 items. You see, here we lost items and inserted 31 and 32 only. Then you have the insert method on list. You can insert an item to a specific index. For example, here we specify the index, which is 3. So the first argument is for the index, and the second argument is the value for that index. So we say at index 3 insert 78, this value. Let us see. So index 3 is this, we added 78. Append, you have the append method. What it does is that it adds new item at the end of your list. Say empty list is ABC. Then we have the extend method. You can extend a list or add all items of another list to your list. This is the empty list before extending it, and this is after extension. Then you can remove item just by specifying it as value. Say, yeah, I want to remove this item, and you specify the value. You can remove an item from the end of your list. The pop removes an item from the end, and then if you keep doing this, it will remove a lot of items. For example, if I copy this multiple times and then print my list one time here and then another time bring it here, you say we removed the ABC by specifying its value using the remove method. By remove method you specify the value. By the pop method you don't need to specify anything, it removes the last item. So you see it removes, we called it 4 times and it removed 9, 25, 24 and 23. And if you call the pop method and passing an index number, then you remove that item with that specific index. You can also use delete and the name of your list and specifying the index to delete an item from your list. And then you can empty or clear the whole list using the clear method. So if you say delete work hours, it will delete that list. So after you run the delete on any variable, that variable does not exist. You can also loop through a list items using a for loop, and you say for item in your list name, do something with that. For example, here I print the item. I loop through my numbers list and I check every item. Let us see. The number is 1, 31, 32, and blah blah blah. You can also loop through the index number using the range data type and then getting the length of your list. Here you have access directly to item because you are looping through the item in the list, and here you are looping through the index number. So if you want to have access to a specific item, then you need to use the name of your variable and that index to have access to that item in that index. And it does the same. If you want to loop through your list items using while loop, you can do that using while, and then before that you have to kinda initialize, for example, j0, and then say here while j is less than the length of your list, and then first thing you have to increase it, otherwise you will end up with infinite loop. Your list name and then passing here the index number. And we got access to all items in our list. There is also something called list comprehension or shorthand loop that you can loop through a list. Here we print the item, the number is, and then we formatting that. The syntax for this is, this part is called expression, and this part is your loop. Because here we have the while loop active. You see this here, this is infinite loop, so it is running and running. I have to force it to stop. So clear. So the number is 1 to 9. We have the print method here. We use that using also template string with the format and passing the value for our template string using the x. So x is the item in our list. You can create a list from another list using the comprehension method. We have here square brackets. The square brackets say that this is a list, and the I is the item, and for the I in the list, we add the item of the list to our list, to our new list. You can also do some stuff with each item in iteration. For example, here we say add the I for I in our list if I is less than 20. If the number is less than 20 or the item is less than 20, we want to add that to our list. And the other one, because we specified that items should be less than 20, we have here 1, 15, 7, 9. You can also pass some conditions and also modify the items at the same time. Here we say add the items to our list if it is less than 20. If it is not less than 20, then add 10 instead of that item. You see we have 1, 10, 10, 10, then 15, 7, 10, 10, 10, 9. we modify the items of a fruit list and then adding them to a new list. So this is the original one, fruit list, and this is the modified one. You see all of them are uppercase. Then you have the sort method. The sort method sorts your list. Let's see. Before sorting, you have 1, 31, 32, so the original one. And after sorting, you have 1, 7, 9, 15. So you can also sort alphabetical items. So before sorting, you have apple, orange, banana, and then after sorting, you have apple, banana. See, it's sorted. By default, when you call the sort method on your list, it sorts based on the case. So capital letters first. So capital letters have some kind of precedence on sorting. If you want to override that behavior, you can use key and then equal sign string dot lower. You see that if G I comes first instead of AB, and here we override that behavior. So it sorted as we expected. When you want to sort your list descending, you can use the keyword reverse and then equal sign true. And here we want to sort it and reverse it at the same time. As you see, this is the original one, so it is not sorted, and the second one is sorted and reversed. You can also customize the sort function. Let us check the sort function. This is the original one and this is the sorted one. We sorted and we said that if the item contains I, that it should come first. And here we say I in item, and if there is I in the item, that should come first. And we have I in this one, and it's sorted then based on that condition. You can do a lot of stuff inside the function that you pass to your sort method. This is just a very simple example to show you that you have this option to customize the sort function. You have the reverse method to reverse the order of list items. Let us check it out. This one is the original one and this one is the reversed one. How to copy a list? So the copy method returns a copy of the list and you can assign it to a new variable, and that is the real copy. When you use the name of the variable like here, this is not a copy of mixed list. You're just referring to that variable or that list. Or you can create a new list and pass the list that you want to copy. Then if you want to join two or more lists, you can do that by using concatenation. Then you have also another method to join lists together, looping through and then appending items from one list to another list. You have also the option extend, that you can extend one list from another list. Now you learned enough to work with lists in Python with confidence.